Hello everyone, welcome back to AGE of Nagash, channel dedicated to Age of Sigmar, and in this video we're going to be looking at the Age of Sigmar Battle Forces that are coming out for this Christmas time. I know that the votes on the poll I did suggest that you guys want to see the Slate of Darkness video next. However, with that, I will be doing that, and that'll be the next one being done, and I'll try and get that done today. The reason why I haven't done that one yet is because there's been quite a few previews coming out, and there's also going to be a larger preview on Warhammer Live today, which I'd like to watch, and then it'll give me a better understanding of what we can expect and my thoughts on that to be able to give you guys, rather than giving you basically something that's going to go out of date within a few hours being the video. And then that brings us on to why I decided to do the Battle Force boxes, and that is mainly because the sooner I do this video for these Battle Forces, it's going to be more relevant, because these are sort of, you know, Christmas presents or something that you might want to save up your Christmas money, those sorts of things, all to do with this sort of time. And they might not last forever, as they tend not to. So that's why I wanted to do this now. Okay, there are going to be 10 Battle Forces in total. We're only going to look at 4 of them because 6 of them are going to be 40k. Now, I won't go into the 40k ones, like I just said, because it's not my game. I played it ages ago, like a really small point army, like once or twice maybe. And if I was to try and give you my thoughts on them, apart from just, you know, price comparison, which I haven't done, I feel like you can get that sort of review better elsewhere. So what we've got in that one is a Space Wolf one, a Blood Angels one, a Tau Empire, Chaos Space Marines, Drukhari, so you know, Dark Elder, and then your Tyranids. They all look like they're good value. If you want to do one of those armies, they probably looks like a good way to start it, or you want reinforcements, but I'll do a bit more research on them if I was you. Right, okay, then going into ones that I do know more a bit, and I have done some maths about, is going to be the Age of Sigmar ones. Now, what we have got is the NIGHTHAUNT one, the GLOOMSPITE GITZ one, the SKAVEN one, and the STORMCAST one. So, there's one here for each Grand Alliance. Interestingly, they're all £110, bar the SKAVEN one, which is £120. Battle Force boxes were always traditionally £100. So we can see that you're starting to sort of lose value a little bit as the years go on with these. Similar to like we see with the Start Collecting boxes, they all used to be £50, and now they're a little bit more than that. Some still being 50 and some being up to like 65, I think maybe 70, most expensive. So we can see a price increase with these as well. Are you still getting a discount? Yeah, you are still getting a discount. So, you know, I'm not saying this is bad. You know, I don't want this, because these big Battle Force boxes, you do get some nice discounts in there. So, you know, we can be grateful for that, if you see what I'm talking about. So, we've got 4 to choose from. The first one we're going to have a look at is the NIGHTHAUNT, and this is going to be called the Court of the Craving King. So it's all going to be centered around that character, essentially what we got, and then going into the stats of it. So it's going to cost you, like I say, £110 for this one. What do you get in this box? You get 10 easy to build Chainmass Hordes. Now, they're easy to build because that's the only way they come, so don't really look too much into that. It's fine. Now, something to note here before we go into the pricing, I'm going to tell you how much all these things cost separately, and that's going to be on GW prices, not on third-party retailers, not on eBay, anything like that. It's just going to be straight from buying them separately. Okay, so the 10 Chainmass Hordes is going to cost you £25 separately, which I think is a lot of money for them, but that's fine. I'm not going into that here. The next one you get is 10 Dry Scythe Harrigens, which are like the Banshee-looking ones with size for arms. They're going to cost you £27.50. You're also going to get 10 Grimghast Reapers, which is going to cost you £27.50. You're going to have 10 Bladegeist Revenants, which is going to cost you £27.50. You're going to get 5 Hexrays, which is going to cost you £22.50. And then you're going to get Curtis Valentine, probably getting this name wrong every time, the Craving King, and he's going to cost you £27.50. That's going to give you a total of £157.50. Essentially, you're going to get your Hex Race and your Chainmass for free for this one. And what you get is a saving of £47.50 in total. So not a bad saving. Not as good as we've had in the past, these Battle Force boxes. How these Battle Force boxes first were. The first year, amazing value. Like the Stormcast one, you got, because you're £100 and you got £108 off. Like, crazy good. They sold out within, well, the first day, I think. And then next year, you only sort of got £30 savings, £20 savings. And then the year after, I think, was similar. And then this year, you're getting roughly close to about £50 saving overall for most of the boxes. So not bad savings, really. Points-wise, you're going to have 920 points worth in this box. And when I am doing the points, which I have calculated for each of the boxes, all the points are for trying to get a maximum high point limit for each box you can. Doesn't mean that that's tactically the best way to spend the points, but that's just trying to make the most out of the box, if you see what I'm coming from. Okay. Now, the other thing just to quickly say, as you guys have noticed, this is all going to be in pounds because I live in Great Britain, and that's how I do, that's the tender we use, that's the currency we use over here, and I don't know what it is in the other countries, so I do apologise for that. So, is this one worth buying, which is the question. Now, there's lots of different ways you can run your Nighthaunt. A lot of people like to take them in at Legions of Nagash and Legion of Grief, which is the more recent one, which can work well. And, obviously that's why people like the Grimghast Reapers, the men come back through the grave sites. What I would say with this, though, is if you want to go pure Nighthaunt, and I think, realistically, if you really like the aesthetic of Nighthaunt, you should go with the Nighthaunt Legions. I know it's not as good, but if you want that, and you're looking at starting a brand new army, you want to add to your army, and you like all the units in this box, it's not a bad deal. Now, if you're looking at this box, and you think, I want to get the Craving King. I like the Harrigens, I like the Blade Guys, but I don't really want the Chain Rasps or the Reapers. You can always sell those 2 units you don't like on. Get some of your money back. But if you only like 1 or 2 units in this box, then obviously I'd just say buy those 1 or 2 units separately. But if you're looking at starting a brand new army of Nighthaunt, there is another option to consider. And that is the model subscription that is going to come out for Age of Sigmar, or has already came out, which is called Mortal Realms. And this is like their conquest for 40k that came out. You pay a certain amount of money every month, you get issues, you get models with those issues, comes like a magazine. And some of them are really good value. Now, why is that important with Nighthaunt? Because the 2 armies you get in the Age of Sigmar one are going to be Stormcast and Nighthaunt. And you also get some lovely scenery in there as well. But those 2 armies, essentially, within about a year or 2, you'll have a full Stormcast army and a full Nighthaunt army. Now, you don't get to choose which models you have in those armies, but because they get sent to you on a subscription base. But the discount you will get on that subscription will be far better than this Battle Force box. So if you're looking at doing a Nighthaunt army, which I personally am, but you want to do it really quickly, and you just want the models now, get the Nighthaunt Battle Force box. If you want to build the army over time and it's a sort of slow build, you're in no rush, or that sort of thing, which I personally am, and I'm in a rush to have a load more models to build and paint, do the subscription base when it comes out. I don't know exactly when it's going to come out, because they did like a limited run and now they're going to redo it because there's a lot of popularity to it. And I'm going to do a separate video for this anyway, in case you don't really understand, but you can find an article in the Warhammer community about it. I would say wait for that because that's going to be even a better discount. But so in summary, the Nighthaunt Battle Force box, it's not a bad box. Savings are pretty good and you get some nice models in there. Okay, so the next one we're going to look at is going to be the GLOOMSPITE GITZ Cavestream Loons. Now, for myself personally, I won't be buying any of these Battle Force boxes, but the GLOOMSPITE one is the most appealing to me. Now, that could just be because there's bright, colourful models in the box. There's blue ones, there's red ones, there's yellow, there's green, and that triggers my, I don't know, my reptilian brain to really like that, or the child inside me. But I really, really like elite armies, and I really like monsters, and all these sort of things. I love trolls, so this is why it most appeals to me. It's very elite. I haven't counted up, but I believe it's the least models in the Battle Force boxes. Maybe the Stormcast one's got less, but it's a very, very nice appealing box to me. Anyway, but moving on to see what you get. So what you're going to get, you're going to have to yourself. Now, there are, again, some customization here, more than the Nighthaunt, and how you can build this. So what you're going to get is 5 Fanatics / Spore Splatter Fanatics. So what this means is that you can have the Fanatics with additional ball and chains with spikes on it, flinging around, or you can have the ones that have like spores and mushrooms and stuff that sort of add extra effects in the game. And that would cost you separately £25. So you're going to get yourself 10 Squig Hoppers or 10 Boing Bounders, depending on how you build them again. That's going to cost you £30 separately. You get 3 Rock Gut Troggoths, which are going to cost you £35 separately. And 1 Loom Boss, which will cost you £17.50 separately, and 1 Mangler Squigs, that's going to cost you £50 separately. And this is going to be a total of £157.50, which would give you a saving of £47.50, as obviously this is a £110 Battle Force box, like the last one. So when I did the maths on this, I had to double check it, because I just thought, it's weird, it's exactly the same savings as the Nighthaunt one, which was interesting. But the points for this one is going to be 730, and again, that is by trying to make this maximum points out of this box you can. So, not that many points, but for a a Groot army, a Goblin army, a Moon Clan army, a Night Goblin army, a Gitz army, it's never going to be the most elite army, if you see what I'm talking about. Like with points for model sort of things. I mean, yeah, you got trolls and big squigs and stuff, but it's quite cheap. But nice thing about that is that if you want to build, a nice 2,000 point list, you've got plenty more room to fit other stuff in it if you would like to. And yeah, so that's pretty good for them. Interesting thing that if you want to pick this army and you want to build it as it comes and you want to play like a 1,000 point game, obviously it's not 1,000 points, but close to it, you don't get 2 battle line units in this box. So that's the annoying thing. And I believe to get the battle line unit in this box, to get one of them, would be to make the Mangler Squig a Loom boss on top of it, and then have the Boingrot Bounders as Squig Hoppers, and have them as battle line. I believe it works like that. So that's what that is. But then again, not bad savings, some nice model. I think the nice thing about, like I say, this is my own personal opinion. The reason why I like the GLOOMSPITE GITZ one is because I like all the models in there. Really, really nice models. I'd enjoy building and playing all of them. So that's the reason behind that. Okay, we then move on to the Stormcast Eternals, which is called the Exorcism Soul Strike, which is going to cost you £110. And what do you get in here? Something very boring, probably. So you get 10 Secretors. That would cost you £37.50 separately. You get 5 Evectors, which would cost you £35 separately. You get 6 Stormcast Eternals Evectors on Celestial Dracolines, which would cost you £70 separately, because that's 2 boxes of 3, which would cost you £35 each. And then you get 1 Stormcast Eternal Lord Exorcist, which is the guy with the funny legs that make me not like the model, which would cost you £20 separately. Now, that's a total of £162.50, which gives you a saving of £52.50. And in points, it's going to be 1,200 points. So this, out of all of them, is the most points you can get from any of the Battle Force boxes. This is over, 1,000 points. You're on your way to 2,000 points for this. So it gives you a lot to play with. It's not going to be legal because of the need for battle line units and how it works with this, but you do get a lot of points with it. And you do get a nice saving, the biggest saving we've seen so far. And I do like Elite Army, so it's cool. And you do get the Dracolines, which are nice models. And on that point, you get a load of the Stormcast new models. When I say a load of them, every single model in here is one of the new ones. When I say new, within like the last year or two, with the Exorcism chamber, which is nice because they could have just stuck like a load of Liberators in here, a load of Judicators, or just something they want to just get on and sell, because essentially every time there's a Stormcast update, as we all know, the new Stormcasts are better than the old Stormcast. And for people who don't play in Stormcast, you're annoyed because you want your army to be updated and the Stormcast get updated instead. But what I've heard from Stormcast players is that they're just as annoyed because they've spent a lot of money on a Stormcast army and then it just gets outdated by a new Stormcast army, and the new Stormcast army is a no-brainer really why you wouldn't go with that over the one you already have. So there is all this, but if you're brand new to Stormcast, this could be quite a good one for you. Some nice models in there, like I say, Dracoline models. One of my favourite Stormcast models I've seen so far. And yeah, is pretty nice with that one. But they are Stormcast, aren't they? So they are a pain in the bloody arse. Similarly with Stormcast though, if you do want to have a slow build army with your Stormcast, do go with the Mortal Realms subscription thing. That will be coming at some point next year again. Because that's what I'll be doing for my Nighthaunt, and I will be getting a Stormcast army with it. So make some lovely basic material for the Nighthaunt. And when that comes out next year, like I say, slow build, so even in a rush, don't wait for that. Just get this if you really want to. But if you're not in a rush, do get that slow build one, as it's just going to be such good value. Okay, then that makes us move on to the next one. And this, of course, is the last one. And certainly not least because this is SKAVEN with their Corrupting War Swarm. Now, this one is a bit interesting and different to the others. And I say this because there is a Start Collecting box that contains a lot of the models in this Battle Force box. But we'll get into that in a moment. So this box is going to cost you £120, so £10 more than the others. So what are you going to get? You're going to get 20 Clan Rats, that would cost you £22.50 separately. 20 Plague Monks, that will cost you £22.50 separately. 1 Plague Claw or War of Lightning Cannon, which would cost you £22.50. 1 Plague Furnace or Screaming Bell, which would cost you £40 separately. And then a Grey Seer, which would cost you £15 separately. And then a Vermin Lord, that would cost you £60 separately. Now the Vermin Lord, it's built, you know, as the Corruptor, but you can build it however you want. When I say, like, you know, Plague Furnace, Scream Bell, it's because on the picture, it's Scream Bell, make a Plague Furnace out of it. And the Plague Hall Catapult in the picture is a Plague Hall Catapult, but you can make a War Lightning Cannon out of it. So whatever sort of fits your SKAVEN clan, really, with that one. So that's going to be a total of £182.50, which is a saving of £62.50. So far, yeah, you're paying £10 more than the others, but it is the best saving. Now, the reason why I mentioned the Start Collecting box is because it's really only a £32.50 saving. Because you wouldn't buy all these units separately. What you would do is you would buy the Start Collecting box, which is the Start Collecting, you know, Clan Pestilence, I believe it's still called, Start Collecting box. And what do you get in that? You get a Plague Furnace, which you could build into a Screaming Bell. You get a Plague Hill Catapult, which you could build into a Warp Lightning Cannon. And you get 20 Plague Monks. So, with that, that's going to cost £152 plus the separate other units you would buy in this box. You know, the buying the Vermin Lord separately, the Clan Rats, and the Grey Seer. So really, a £32.50 saving, which is still a saving, but I do think it is quite a cheeky thing for Games Workshop to do. You know, you could have bought the Start Collecting SKAVEN box, shall we call it, for years, and then they just shove it into the Battle Force box, which I personally think that's quite annoying. I think a lot of people will buy this box because SKAVEN is one of those armies that is very good, and if you're a good player as well, like, you can play it really, really, really well. I've been outmaneuvered plenty of times by a SKAVEN army, and SKAVEN's armies, apart from that Start Collecting box, it's been quite hard to buy like a big bundle of them unless you get it online or something from eBay or whatever. So this could be quite appealing to new players. The only thing I would say is that you're still getting a saving. It's not like, no, don't get this because it's better if you buy this other thing instead. This just is not as good as a deal as they're trying to make it out. And that's just me being honest and just wanted to let you guys know. I'm sure you guys are already aware, but I just clocked, and I'm pretty sure that's why they've demonstrated the Plague Furnace. You can make it a Screaming Bell in the picture with a Screaming Bell just to try and make it not look too similar to that Start Collecting box. So, this is going to have a points value of 1,140. So the second biggest we have seen so far for the Battle Forces. Right, so all the Battle Forces looked at now. What one do I think are best? I think they all fit. You can have a lot of fun with all of them, obviously. Are they most competitive? Maybe not. The SKAVEN one gives you Plague Monks, which you do want. Gives you a Vermin Lord, which you do want. Gives you a Screaming Bell, which you do want. Gives you a Warp Lightning Cannon, which you do want. And a Grey Seer, which you do want. The SKAVEN one is pretty useful, shall we say. The Stormcast one gives you a lot of new models. And again, they're not bad models. They're not bad in the game. Are they the best ones in the game? I'm not a Stormcast player, so I can't say. But you will be getting use out of them. The GLOOMSPITE GITZ one, if you want to win with GLOOMSPITE GITZ, from what I've heard, you need to take a lot of the grots. You need to take a lot of the little gits, the stabbers, and all those sorts of things. And the cutters, I think they're called. You know, just the basic grot models. You want to wipe out the enemy with your big blocks, essentially. And this does not do that for you. But this does give you a really nice variety of models. Okay, and I think a lot more exciting than just loads and loads and loads and loads of hordes. And then the Nighthaunt, Court of the Craving King. It's an interesting one, because when people say a Nighthaunt, they really mean, oh, well, you're just taking one of the legions with, you know, the Greengrass Reapers and stuff. But an actual pure Nighthaunt army, this isn't bad. It gives you a lot of variety, which you might like and you might not like. Because a lot of the battalions within the Nighthaunt battle tome favour one of the units over the others, rather than just a mix of everything. So that's something to bear in mind. But you do get a nice mixture here. Certainly if you're starting out and you want to see what works, what doesn't, you know, your sort of play style, it's not a bad box to go for. But bear in mind, with the Nighthaunt one and the Stormcast one, look out for the model description coming out from Games Workshop called Mortal Realms. I will do a separate video on that, and that's not me just trying to like advertise it all the time, but that is just really good value. Like the first issue on that, like the first magazine, I believe is £3.99. You get 3 Secretors with it and 10 Chain Rasp Hordes. 10 Chains with Holes, like we said, cost you £25. 3 Secretors would cost you, I don't know, about £7. Let's say a very easy, let's say it costs you just over £30 separately. You're paying £3.99 for it in the issue. And that's why I say wait for that if you want to do slow build. But if you can't wait, I can't say how long it's going to take. So buy one of these boxes if you want to. In summary, these Battle Force boxes, none of them really do excite me, if that's just my personal choice. But the GLOOMSPITE GITZ one is very colourful, and I do like colours. So that is the one that I would go for if I was to get one. So guys, that's it. I thank you very much for watching this. I will be doing a Slay Starters video soon when we do get more information on them, when I get time to do it, as I didn't want to make a video, like I said at the start of the video, which is going to be out of date before it's even uploaded, basically. So, I thank you very much for watching this. Like I say, if you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe and comment down below, as that does massively help and really does support the channel. It's absolutely free for you guys to do so. I want to say a massive thank you to my patrons who make all this possible, and for their continued support. I really do appreciate it, and I really can't say that enough. So guys, I thank you very much for watching this. If you have any more questions, let me know down below. And remember, until next time, Nagash is all, and all is one in Nagash.